Hello everybody, my name is Eric Ramirez 101 and today we are back for another video of me making my Foxy costume. Please forgive me for making all these Foxy videos recently. I want to do this because this is really interesting stuff and it'll help me show you guys how I do certain things on my channel, like time-lapse videos, making stuff like paper projects and stuff like that. I want to video that for some reason. Please forgive me. I forgive you, Eric. Thanks, Handy. So as you can see, these things in the top, those red things with the holes in them, those are the arm pieces, and the one that I'm making right now is also an arm piece. And on the inside, I labeled them, like top and bottom right and top and bottom left. And as you can see, the foam, head in the background, that's what, you're gonna see some progress on that too. And see, I studied Foxy for this, like I've said before, and it's on that picture that you can see in where my hands are. If you look there, I studied the little tears in the, what are they called? The fabric, I guess, that he's covered in. Let's just say fur. I kind of burned myself right there. I studied the tears in his fur for this, and I modeled them onto the foam, and I cut the same pattern into the fabric that I would eventually glue on. And strangely enough, I didn't sew anything, only important things like the head. And as you can see, I'm hot gluing all the fabric onto the foam base. And surprisingly, these fabric squares that I have, surprisingly, they worked. I didn't know that they would actually be able to fit on these arm pieces. And I made them about half a centimeter bigger than my actual arm. So that if I get, no offense, but if I get chunkified later, even though my family is nice and tall and lanky, I'm not sure if I'll be this thin forever, so I gotta make sure that my costume can accommodate for that. Okay, so here you can see the jaw, and this huge piece of fabric that you see, I got that from Joann's. And side note, it actually turns out that I can't use the, what are they, the peach colored or skin colored fabric anymore, because I couldn't find that same color in a larger spool at Joann's. So basically I need to go for an orange color on certain parts of Foxy, such as on his nose and on his chest. Those parts are going to be orange. I couldn't find any fabric that could match what I was looking for. My apologies. But hey, some things need to be different, right? You understand me. The curvy part was the hardest part for me to do so far. It was really difficult. Okay, so as you can see, the curvy part was really hard for me to do. And this is coming from an experienced sewer, so this is... And I haven't sewed anything in a long time, except for my friend's pants button. Oh no, wait, that was a shirt button. Let me tell you, getting this fabric to go around the jaw like this was really hard. And it took me forever to do it, though. And as you can see, there's... and as you can see here, I'm painting the teeth. These are actually supposed to... I wanted to use duct tape at first, but I thought, nah, I want some of this to be paper. And so... what I did was I decided to use paper for the teeth, and it's the same thing on the bottom jaw, as you can see here, and this is how it's supposed to look. Don't worry, I'll get to that in a little bit. And as you can see, I figured the bottom part, I figured the inside of it. One sec, people. Where are you going, Eric? Oh, and as you can see, I figured that maybe the inside of his jaw would be black, I guess. I'm not sure. Like the inside of someone's mouth is probably like that. And so I put some black fabric on the top of his jaw, which is where the top row of teeth are supposed to be. I kind of burned myself right there. And just so you know, don't try this at home if you don't have experience. Unless you are experienced, then you can do it. And I'm using my paper project skills for this because I've been working on stuff like this for about 14 or 15 years. Ever since I was 4 years old. And there's about 15 teeth in total. I think there's about 7 on the bottom and 6 on the top. No, wait, there's 8 on the bottom and 6 on... What am I saying here? I don't know. And I put, tape on the bottoms of the teeth so that the hot glue wouldn't cause them to burst into flames. I don't want that. And as you can see, each tooth is pretty much done the same way. And they're in a... Pinkies up. And they're all done in a pattern. Like, one is white, one is yellow, and one is white, and then the process repeats itself all over again. And each tooth took about, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not sure. But when the finished product is all done, he'll look scary like he does in the game. And also, could you guys tell me down in the comments what you think about this so far? No one ever tells me anything in the comments that much anymore. All I get is... I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that can you guys leave a few more comments than normal? Because I want to get your opinions on this kind of stuff. Not trying to sound mean or anything. I just want an opinion. And so, as you can see, there's the top row of teeth. And it's the same way for the bottom. Some of the teeth were kind of loose at this part, so I decided to kind of leave... So I decided to put a little more glue on it so that they wouldn't fall off. You don't want Foxy's teeth to fall off while he's out in the middle of public. Ah, did that guy just lose a tooth? Did that guy just lose a tooth? Oh, and here's something weird that happened to me. Oh, and look at that. That looks so cool.
Guys, real quick, look what happened when the hot glue dried on one of my teeth.
Go on, show us.
The hot glue got from the...
Are you gonna show us?
Somehow stuck to one of the teeth here, and look what it did.
How did you do that?
Look at that. I'm not even holding it. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
If you look really closely, there's dried glue on it that's holding it. Let me see if I can get it off. There we go. Who knew that hot glue could do that?
And so, this part was really fun for me to do. I figured that since Foxy has wires in his jaw, I guess, I should take some string and paint them like wires. And if you notice these, and if you notice the paints I have, if you've been if you've been on my channel long enough, and anyone who hasn't been living under a rock will recognize this paint on my hands. Those are the colors of Ericland, and I painted and I had some string coming out of Foxy's jaw, and I painted the other colors red, gold, and black, which translates to, what does that even translate to? It translates to the colors of Ericland, because you know Foxy's a Ramirez product. Well, not exactly, I mean, he belongs to Scott Cawthon, my bad. This costume is a Eric Ramirez product. My bad, that's what I meant. And as you can see, here's a little bit later, and there is the jaw with the wires hanging off of it. I figured since the... Oh, here comes the nose. I figured since that the paint didn't really stick well to the string, it looked like wires with the paint like crumbling off a little bit, and that matches Foxy's whole aesthetic, I guess. Ha! The music is perfect for this. And I'm making the nose. Yes! And as you can see, it's an oval shape. And I'm working on that right now too, along with Foxy's nose as well. Sorry, I just had to do it. Here. And so, let's see. There's two oval shapes that'll cover the nose, like so. And I was watching a building show at the time, so that was perfect. Let's see. Right on time with the music. Yes. And so, with that said, thank you so much for watching me and do some more progress on my Foxy costume. And don't worry, I think at this rate, with that